In their final homestand ahead of the All-Star today against the Atlanta Braves. And speaking of the All-Star game, Paul Skeens was named to the All-Star team for a third straight year, the first Pittsburgh Pirate to do that in his first 3 seasons with the club. And although being at the All-Star game is an amazing honor and Paul thinks it is so cool to go to that game, he was certainly surprised that he would be the only Pittsburgh Pirate representative in attendance in our Drive to Greatness presented by #1 Cochran Club One Rewards.
To be honest, probably a little surprised. I think I've thrown the ball well, but I don't think all the numbers necessarily match that, and I think that's probably how a lot of fans feel too. I was shocked that I was the only one, so yeah, not too happy about that.
What does it mean to you to represent this group, knowing when you're saying you're shocked the only one? Who else in this clubhouse? What made you believe there were even more?
Yeah, I mean, we have the 3rd most runs in baseball. I mean, our offense is just a buzzsaw, and nobody wants to face us. So, you know, I think it's pretty easy to make the case for Brian and Brandon, and I think there are others too. You know, a couple guys got hurt that would be All-Stars, I think, that and O'Neill and Spencer, but yeah, so I mean, there's still time. Who knows? And I mean, Braxton too. You saw it today, so there's still time. You know, who knows?
Well, a few days of time was all it took. The Pittsburgh Pirates just announced that Braxton Ashcraft was named to the All-Star team. Exactly 1 month ago, Braxton told me his focus was to put together a few good months, and if All-Star happens, then it does. If it doesn't, that's fine. Keep his head down was his motto, keep winning ball games. But he grew up watching the All-Star game and the other events that come with it and admitted it's always cool to think about it. Now he won't have to think about it. He will live it, and deservingly so. We will hear more from him in the bottom of the 3rd inning today, so stay tuned. Well, Paul Skeens raved about his teammate, saying Braxton's one of the game's best pitchers, but Paul Skeens is too. Looks to add onto his resume today, complimented by that buzzsaw of an offense looking to cut through some Braves pitching. Coming up next.
I have been shopping at Giant Eagle since I was a kid. I remember riding around from the bottom of the cart while my mom pushed it.
Favorite Giant Eagle memory is being able to go after school and pick up my favorite snacks after getting a great grade on my report card.
My favorite Giant Eagle memory is going to the bakery section with my grandmother.
One of my favorite Giant Eagle memories is actually being a cashier.
For 95 years, Giant Eagle has been here to keep the memories coming because it matters.
We're challenging the standard of what comes standard. With the next generation GMC Terrain Elevation. What we choose to challenge.
Pirates Baseball on SNP is presented by Highmark, the official health plan of the Pirates, because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. By Cohen Markets. Free ice cream is back at Cohen Markets. Club Cohen members get a free Hershey's ice cream sandwich all summer long. By your Western PA Chevy dealers. Chevrolet, the best-selling brand in Pittsburgh. And by Levin Furniture and Mattress, Pittsburgh's #1 furniture and mattress store. Paul Skeens on the hill tonight, trying to deliver the Pirates a win. You got a week of games against the Braves and the Brewers. If the Pirates make the postseason, those would be the 2 most likely opponents, and they wouldn't want to face these 2 pitchers. Skeens and Braxton Ashcraft just named an All-Star too, both All-Star pitchers for the Pirates.
Congratulations, Braxton. I mean, that was probably one of the bigger disappointments for me as far as guys that did not get named to the All-Star team. Brandon Lau, of course, I thought he was a shoe-in, so disappointed there too. But Braxton Ashcraft, the way he's thrown the ball, he has been absolutely excellent. And I was hoping he'd be a late addition, which he has been. And with, of course, Paul Skeens, you know, yeah, he's been through a little bit of a rough patch. But with Paul, you know, he can go out and wipe you out any given day. And so, yeah, you're right, Joe. If you were to go to the postseason, you know, I don't think many teams want to watch those 2.
And so tonight, it's going to be the All-Star Skeens getting the first look at the Braves since 2024. Michael Harris, the second red hot, as is Albies, who will start the All-Star game at second. Olsen going to the All-Star game And Drake Baldwin will start at catcher. Dubon, a good hitter. And then it's Dominic Smith. Austin Riley homered on Saturday. Mike Yastrzemski and Jim Jarvis filling in for Atlanta. Maybe catching them at a good time, too. They're 7-16 since they swept the Pirates back in Atlanta in early June.
Struggling a bit. Car Shield numbers for Paul. Just a 6-8 record. The ERA, we've never seen it in that territory before, 3.62. Still got a ton of strikeouts. Still limits opponents in average. And I'm sure he's been really looking forward to this start after his last one didn't go well, probably his worst start of his career.
Yeah, first time he allowed 6 runs or more in a start, 7th longest stretch to begin a career without allowing 6 or more. And the Levin Furniture and Mattress defense behind Skeens tonight with Griffin out. It's going to be Triolo getting the bulk of games at short, Donnie Kelly said. And Tyler Callahan will be his double play partner tonight. Gonzalez across from O'Hearn, and then the outfield Reynolds, Mangum, and Valdez, with Henry Davis linking up with Skeens. Pirates a really good road trip hitting too.
Yeah, they're swinging the bats, and that's the one thing. I guess if you wonder, like, what can they afford to lose? They can afford to lose a bat because of the way they're swinging it. You know, of course, Brian Reynolds, another all-star type year, but you know, we have no O'Neill Cruz, we have no Spencer Horwitz, we lost Ryan O'Hearn for a bit, and now Connor Griffin, but this offense just keeps going. They just keep hitting and scoring runs.
And Atlanta, as I mentioned, kind of in a bit of a tailspin after they took all 3 games against the Pirates. 3 tightly contested games in Atlanta. Walt Weiss at the helm, but splitting with the Mets. Maybe a bad taste in their mouth after the game last night in New York. They had a late lead for the first time all year. Iglesias gives it up. He's an all-star. He's been fantastic. Saved every game for a year. So we'll see. Maybe the Pirates catching the Braves at the right time.
We missed Chris Sale, which is always nice.
3-0 to Harris to start. And he's been a hot hitter, though. First 2 guys in front of their regular thumpers starting to heat back up. Carapazza says strike.
As we know, Paul will throw any pitch in any count.
And on a 3-1 fastball, just a weak fly ball. Well, leadoff man gone against Skeens. And Rock, what do you got for our keys to the game? They're presented by your Western PA Buick dealers.
No, we got to stop the streak. It's kind of mind-boggling. The Pirates haven't won in his last 9 starts. So, and I think to do that, give Paul a lead. You know, again, the offense has been very, very good. You know, he seems like when he pitches well, he doesn't have many runs to work with. So, it'd be nice to get him a few runs early. Let him just go and pound the zone.
And Ozzie Albies elected to start the game at second base for the National League. Having a good year. And that's what hurt Brandon Lau. I think there are a number of good hitting second basemen. And of course, the Braves, one of the country's most popular teams. Brandon Lau, great numbers. Maybe he'll still get in at some point, as we saw with Ashcraft being named a replacement just a little bit ago.
Yeah, I'm holding out hope. You know, certainly his numbers better than Albies, but Albies has been around a while. He's been playing in the postseason. You know, bigger market, of course. Brandon Lau, no fault of his own, but has played in 2 smaller markets. Maybe not as well known. So as far as fans voting, not looking at the numbers, they choose Albies.
And almost all fastballs from Skeens so far.
Yep, like to see it. And that's the one thing that, you know, we have seen, especially in the last couple starts, seems like he's kind of thrown all his pitches early. You know, and he's a guy that has confidence that he can throw all his pitches on the corners in any counts. And when he's not able to land them for strikes, then when he gets behind. And Yeah, that's good to see. That fastball, that four-seam fastball, maybe his best pitch. You know, opponents hit just 188 against it, and he doesn't throw it that often. Like less than 40% of the time does he throw that four-seam fastball. But as you see there, very good pitch.
And he's late on 97. A lot's been made of the velocity. Well, we see guys throwing 87 that sometimes get, you know, swings and misses. So how do you use it? And maybe that's going to help Skeens be more effective.
And I think if you're, you know, aggressive with your fastball early, I think it makes your other stuff better. You know, guys, if they can't catch up to it, they're late. They start things early. You're more likely to get chased. You're more likely to them roll over pitches soft and away. Like that too. Get them to think about the fastball in on the hands a little bit. Nothing wrong with coming in off the plate just to show it.
Skeens faced the Braves 2 years ago, only time. And he faced Olsen 3 times. He struck him out all 3 times. One of the game's great hitters. Will be his all-star teammate in Philadelphia a week from tonight. Right now, adversaries. There's a changeup. Can he make it 4 straight strikeouts in their meetings?
I think that may have been like his biggest problem in his last start. You know, his secondary, well, for him, he has 3 or 4 secondary pitches, so I don't know the words for the other ones, but
tertiary.
Yeah, he just didn't land them for strikes.
Out toward the right field wall. Trying for 2, and Olsen has a double. He's baseball's leader in extra base hits. 3-2 fastball off the wall.
Yeah, like the sweeper in particular, he didn't have command of that. The changeup has been a good pitch for him this year, but he's been coming out aggressively. Olsen, no doubt, sitting on that fastball. Puts a good swing on it.
Trying to strand him. Drake Baldwin start the All-Star game behind the plate for the National League. We didn't see him last month when the Pirates traveled to Atlanta. He was injured at the time. So last year's Rookie of the Year facing the 2024 Rookie of the Year in Paul Skeens. Look at the Levin Furniture and Mattress strike zone. That's a good miss, right?
Oh yeah, and pretty close. You almost could tell Henry thought about challenging.
Henry and Skeens have linked up. Endy Rodriguez came out of the game in April 14th of last year in the first inning, and then Davis went in, and they've been the battery ever since. His rookie year, it was Grandal who kind of became the catcher with Skeens that year. Olsen smirking. Doesn't get a lot of attention on the bases. Now hitters count for Baldwin with the man in scoring position. 20 pitch first inning. And the walk looked like a possibility of a 1-2-3 inning. He was ahead on Olsen. But now 2 on here in the first.
I like the way he's attacking, though. You know, even with Olsen turning on the 98 in, and then once he got behind Baldwin, no problem there. Being careful. He's a cleanup guy. He's got power. He saw pretty much all fastballs out at bat. With the righty on deck.
Not a big name, but he has been a big run producer. 48 RBIs for Dubon. Almost half of them coming after 2 are out. 2 are out, and 1 is in. 3 straight Braves reach with 2 out, and now they've got a 1-0 lead. Dubon, 49 RBIs.
Up, out, over. Actually more middle than I thought. The way he swung at it, I assumed that was more on the outer half of the plate. Yeah, that's a nice swing, staying inside. We get on top of that fastball, hit it on the line.
First pitch splinker to Dominic Smith. Atlanta, they are 7th most out of the 30 teams in runs per game. Without Acuna, he's on the injured list right now. Even better splinter right there.
I just think he's so tough when he gets ahead in the count. So many options for Skeens ahead 0-2.
On the ground, first base, O'Hearn's got it, and 2 are left on, but the Braves take an early lead.
Home Depot, we've got 4th of July.
Pirates trying to return serve as Jake Mangum be in that leadoff spot. He's in center field tonight. Lau will DH, and then it's Reynolds in left. Ace Merlin Valdez off to a great start to his career. O'Hearn, and then Nick Gonzalez among the batting average leaders. Tyler Callahan hits well in this ballpark. Triolo starting to heat up with the bat. He'll play short. And then Henry Davis has been swinging it a little better too for these Bucks. One of the top scoring teams in baseball.
Hurston Waltrip just came up a couple weeks ago. A couple of appearances to start. 368, 7 strikeouts and 7 1/3, 5 walks.
And Connor Griffin had been installed in that leadoff spot for the most part. Going to miss him till September is what they're saying right now, in a splint for 6 weeks, and then they're returning to action for 8 to 10 weeks, and that takes us to September sometime.
Yeah, unfortunate. I'm sure he's not happy with it. Nothing he could do. I mean, he heard it making a play and stayed in the game after injuring that left pinky finger, and was the difference in the ball game, in my opinion. Index, not pinky.
No, ring finger. Sorry.
What'd I say?
Every other finger.
Everyone but the ring finger.
You didn't say thumb though. It's a finger.
Left
you can see it
finger.
on the left hand there. Yeah. So it's got to be immobilized for 6 weeks. And so they're going to really miss him. And, so exciting. I thought you said it really well too. It's just, you don't win the game without him on Sunday. And there were a lot of times like that where he made a play or 2 or 3 or 4 that the ball club win. There's a base hit. Now it'll be up to Triolo to fill in at short. And this team, everyone's been contributing offensively now, and it looks like more of the same as they return home.
Yeah, not wasting any time. Brandon Lau, such a good fastball hitter, right on the button. Setting up shop early.
Xfinity batting stats, reliable Wi-Fi at one price. Ryan Reynolds, an all-star caliber season. He's hit very well in his home ballpark too.
Ball grip. Fastball, curveball, cutter, split, and the slider.
Hasn't faced the Pirates yet till tonight. Kind of over the top slider right there.
Yeah, they called it a slider. I'm not sure if that was the slider or the split. Kind of acted like a split. The split definitely spin differently. That was definitely the split.
He's 24 years old, just like his mound foe tonight. Both were SEC pitchers, of course. Skeens at LSU, Waldrop at Florida. And Reynolds just worked the count full. I'm with you. I think that's the split finger pitch, even though it's registering slider. Whatever it is, Reynolds is able to lay off of it. He's going to draw the walk to fill him up. Nobody out. Atlanta defensively, Dubon slides all over. He's in left. He's a Gold Glover. Harris in center. Yastrzemski in right. Riley at third with Jarvis filling in at short. Albies at second. Matt Olson won the Gold Glove. And Drake Baldwin doing the catching. The base is full. Nobody out. Mangum hit by a pitch. And then Lau singled his way on. Reynolds working the walk. And the cleanup man is the youngest Pirates cleanup hitter since Aramis Ramirez. It's Merlin Valdez. He's done a good job of cleaning up.
He sure has. Already 6 homers, 17 ribbies.
I was real curious in the game on Sunday. It looked like for the first time, okay, they stopped throwing them as many strikes, the opponents.
In Philly, he was pretty patient. Drew a few walks in that Philly series. I thought, probably a little more patient, a little more locked in. But yeah, got the chasing a little more in that Washington series.
But now 2-2. That split finger pitch really dies out there, doesn't it?
Yeah, you see like the different spin there. That's certainly a pitch that they use. It kind of works as a changeup, but it has more downward break. And from what we're told, not a consistent break. And sometimes it'll break away, sometimes it'll break in. Sometimes a tough pitch for a catcher to handle.
Finally got a fastball and he was all over it.
Yeah, probably ball 4. Looked like it was in.
A walk would tie the game. There's nobody out. Base is full. Waldrop gets the first out.
Yeah, there's the different spin. That's a slider spin. There is a good bit of downward break on that slider. Maybe more down than away from the righty.
Now up to O'Hearn.
And we've seen a number of sliders, a number of those splits, and so typically as a hitter approach, especially up to 2 strikes, kind of want to zone up in the zone a little more.
Look for a higher pitch.
If you're looking higher, less likely to chase, and especially the split and slider, if he starts it down around the knees, it's always going to end up a ball.
High and deep. O'Hearn. grand slam. He just put a charge into this place. The Pirates have the lead 4-1 in the first.
Well, there's a bit of a lead for Paul Skeens. Didn't expect that early on. The grand slam. Such a big hit. You're wondering after the strikeout, boy, he gets a lot of ground balls off his sinker. Make sure you get it to the outfield. That's even better.
And that home run brought to you by UPMC. And what a big one. Just like you said, you know, you want to get Skeens the lead. He gives up a first inning run, and his teammates back him up.
Back him up. And that's a big swing. I've talked about this. It seems like I've talked about it a bunch on that road trip. And throwing a lefty a breaking ball. It breaks into the bat in the zone.
Nick Gonzalez with his first hit of the night.
No, I think this was a curve ball, not the slider or the split. I think a curve. Yeah, there you see it. Look at it breaking right into the swing. Middle, thigh high. And you're going to throw a left-handed hitter a curveball as a right-handed pitcher. It better be away or off the plate in. You leave it up middle. 4 quick ones on the board.
Third career slammer for Ryan O'Hearn. Now, this would be such a statement week for the Pirates, and I know that's trite, but you think about the teams that you got to beat in the postseason. Well, you got to get to the postseason first.
Exactly. Yeah, this month, I mean, you're playing 2, 4, 6, 7 straight series against teams. Yeah, they got a good chance to go to the postseason. Right. If you don't win more than you lose, your chances are getting slimmer and slimmer.
25 in a row against teams that are at least tonight 500 or better. The Pirates are 4-3 so far on that stretch.
Yeah, this is a huge month. Find out, you know, how good you are.
Callahan in the 7th spot tonight. Pirates riding the grand slam. Gonzalez does what he does, gets his base hit, and now Callahan, who's hit very well here. He's got 9 RBIs his last 9 starts. Callahan. Skied to short. That's the second out.
Yeah, it's like you said, there has been production up and down the lineup.
And Donnie Kelly was saying today about Triolo. Now he's going to step up again for Griffin at shortstop, and he's been swinging the bat a little bit better, but likened it to Mangum. You know, you don't replace Cruz, you don't replace Griffin, but you try to be the best version of you, and everybody else kind of fits in around you, and the team keeps on going. That's baseball.
Yep. And yeah, the replacements across the board have produced. Mangum, Valdez.
To Riley. The Pirates strike for 4, and it's good to be back in Pittsburgh.
Every
4-1 Pirates on the UPMC scoreboard. And Pirates baseball is presented by UPMC, the official healthcare provider of sports coverage on SNP. So Skeens has the lead thanks to Ryan O'Hearn's grand slam. They'll have the bottom third of the order. Don't get used to seeing Riley hit 208. They've gone 36 games without a home run until Saturday.
Yeah, that's very unusual. Great power, powered all fields.
Look at the sweeper.
That reminds me, you bring up Riley in his rookie year. I'll never forget that against Kyle Crick, who had a huge breaking ball, and Riley hits it out to right field, which I'm sure that's never happened to Kyle Crick before or since.
Skeens with the strikeout. Yeah, I remember being aghast when that took place.
Yeah.
So this guy's special.
Yeah, the sweeper perfectly placed right on the outside edge at the knees. And it was a pitch that Paul really struggled to command in that last start.
Mike Yastrzemski in right field. No Acuna on the injured list for Atlanta.
Just in the second inning now, we've seen already like 5 foul balls right from us. I mean, they never reach up here. They rarely reach the section below us. I think that's the 5th one on it.
Yeah, the grandstand doesn't usually get peppered, so good for the folks down in front of us. We got to get a big fishing net if we want telescoping pole, maybe. Skeens with a strikeout to start. Again, working ahead of Yastrzemski. .26 pitch first inning, but stranded the 2 runners after the first run came across.
That changeup's an important pitch, I think, for him against lefties. You know, that or the split or typically the off-speed pitches he likes to throw to lefties. The changeup he just has kind of been leaving down and away for the most part. You know, his 2 big breaking balls, the sweeper and the slider. He rarely throws them to lefties. When he does, it's almost like it's just a get me over strike pitch. But you know, if he's not going to use a fastball to finish a lefty, the changeup I think is the pitch he'll go to most often, and so far hasn't had great command of it.
Which is so incredible to say, because for maybe save for the last couple of weeks or a few weeks, his entire career, maybe except for his first start, he had the nerves and everything, the best command in baseball, or certainly right up there
for sure. And I think he's had it for the most part. I mean, again, maybe the last couple of starts, not, you know, he's not been able to throw it where he wanted to, but because of his velocity, that changeup when he's in the zone, especially in the outer half and down, but he still always has that big fastball.
Jarvis, very little major league time, just called up recently. So he's going to come right after him. Depending on who you ask, 6'6", 6'7", whatever. He's big. And he's the reigning Cy Young Award winner. He's got another strikeout. 1, 2, 3 go the Braves against Paul Skeens in the second.
Welcome back. Henry Davis leading off this inning, catching today as he has Paul Skeens all year long. But Endy Rodriguez was good to go today if needed. There was a scare in Sunday's game with him exiting in the 8th inning, but we got confirmation today that he is just fine. Joe.
Well, he wasn't going to start today anyway. But that's good to know. They need him later on. Back on Sunday, something on that swing right there, and you can see the wincing. Left side discomfort is what we heard after the game, and ended up coming out of the game. Hannah, do you have any other injury updates? How about Cruz? Any update on him?
O'Neill Cruz, we were told today, is fully swinging a bat. So good news for him. Spencer Horwitz is in a running progression in Bradenton, Florida. And Evan Sisk experiencing posterior left elbow inflammation. And then as for another pitcher, Wilbur Dotel is in Altoona actually tonight for his second rehab game. I'll update you more as we get information on that.
Oh, thanks, Hannah. Yeah, Dotel's pitching tonight, so that's good. Rookie right-hander. We've seen pitch in long relief at times for the Pirates this year.
All good news except the Connor news, of course. Good to hear that Cruz is handling a bat.
By the end of this month, it's likely that you have Cruz back and Horwitz, and one or both of those pitchers that Hannah mentioned. So much getting healthier. You know, the other thing is they haven't, knock on wood, of course, you know, they haven't had any starting pitchers lose a day. They have not missed a start all year, and this is almost just never happens. So hopefully that keeps going.
Yep, for sure.
I was thinking about that today because the Braves are down 4 starters right now. Mangum can run. Always makes it tough, even. And just a little tapper back to the mound.
Always up there and wasting pitches, trying to put it in play. Sometimes you can't control where it goes. If that little tapper goes down towards third base, it's trouble. It just so happened went straight in front.
Lau already with a hit tonight. So he's now 2 for 2 in his career against Waldrop. He homered the other time. That was a meeting last year. He was the only Pirate to have faced this Braves righty prior to tonight.
It was the first pitch fastball. Lau turned around into right field. I was about to say, well, when you do that, you don't get to see many more fastballs in the zone, and then he throws
a 2-0 fastball.
A 2-0 fastball right there. I don't think I've ever seen Lau take a 2-0 fastball that's in the zone.
He said, well, I'll be ready for the next one. A little out in front of the slider.
Yeah, the home run he hit Sunday's game against Lord. Boy, fastball right on the inside corner, just crushed it.
Jarvis. And so both pitchers with 1, 2, 3 seconds. Pirates still up big. Score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com. From official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies, we've got the season covered. Visit MLBshop.com/Pirates, the official source for your Pirates gear. Pirates have the lead thanks to the grand slam by Ryan O'Hearn. Harris couldn't make up his mind on that swing.
Yeah, probably thought he was going to get the fastball, got the split.
Great look at our AHN Super Mole. Still hitting at 305. He's a former Rookie of the Year as well. Once a Rookie of the Year, always a Rookie of the Year.
Indeed. Wow, how did he get to that pitch?
I think that was a slider, but yeah, just kind of that chip shot swing.
I mean, that probably executed it just where he wanted to, like a back foot slider. Look where this ends up. I mean, look at this swing, like cricket. And like it looked like he was just trying to protect, but was able to get enough wood to it. Soft serve it down the line.
And somehow keep it fair. So a leadoff double. Albies.
Yeah, that's not a pitch that he throws a lot to lefties. That slider. That's a pitch he's starting to use more and more. It's just a shorter version of the sweeper. Throws it a little harder, a little less break. He actually got Jarvis on it, a backdoor slider, perfectly executed. You know, to date, he's only thrown that slider about 5% of the time. So you think 5 of 100 to lefties. But he's thrown it already a couple of times. That's just good hitting on Harris. That almost just like trying to protect an awkward looking swing. Sometimes you just tip your cap. But I also like, the changeup again. He hasn't really landed it for strikes, but he got ahead with Harris with a couple of splinkers perfectly located away.
Well, after charging the fastball, gets a changeup. Well, look at that artwork. Wow. Wow. It's like I'm looking in the mirror.
I'm the side guy.
Perfect. Yeah.
Because I do have a parrot on my shoulder currently. A little lob shot, base hit. He got another changeup. And Albies will drive in the run.
That's impressive too. Look at the location of this one. Off the plate and down. Just up there protecting right off the end of the bat.
Well, nothing hard hit at all. But well placed, well timed by the Braves hitters.
Well, that's a thing of beauty. That swing by Albies. Like I said, I think Harris was just protecting and ended up getting pretty good wood to it. Although it was only 73 miles per hour off the bat. Albies. When we showed that side swing, that's a guy taking the approach of with 2 strikes. Okay, I'm going to just try to stay inside. I mean, you looked at where his bat was at contact. He was out in front, but the hands were in a strong position, just staying through the zone. No hook to that swing at all. It's kind of able to, even though it looked like he was out over at front foot, his hand stayed back long enough to soft serve that up the middle.
So the lead cut to 2. Baldwin walked his only time. He's going to start the All-Star game behind the plate. He's really good. Did see him last month. The Pirates played in Atlanta. Right there. Got underneath it. Back-to-back outs after the RBI hit by Albies. You're pitching to win the game. Doesn't matter how many runs you give up, right? You're pitching to win the game. He's got the lead.
No, he's executing pitches this inning. Sometimes they get you, sometimes they don't. That breaking ball actually probably caught too much plate that he just got Baldwin on. That's weird. He probably didn't want to leave that where he did, and it was skied to right. He gets an out. Sometimes you make a perfect pitch, they get a hit. That's baseball.
Dubon had an RBI hit his first time. Bailed out.
Yeah, it was almost like Mike LaValle used to call it bail and block. Like you're kind of opening up and then just blocking it through the right side. There's a big hole on the right side. That's what it looked like from here. It was like
almost take some of the punch out of the swing so that you can just hit it through. Is that the idea?
I don't know about that. I'm just saying you're just trying to block the ball the other way. You know, maybe you're looking for something that's usually you see that from a righty with a runner on second, nobody out, or if you're just trying to hit the ball the other way, you're expecting something in, so you kind of open up the front side and then just block. Just kind of just stay on top and inside the ball the other way. More directional hitting than it is taking anything off the swing. You're just trying to, you know, force the ball the right side. I doubt that's what he was doing in this situation. You know, the guy that has some pop looking to hit a ground ball through the right side. You don't normally see that with 2 outs, less than 2 strikes and a runner on first.
Able to just get a piece.
Yeah, that's a good pitch from Paul. That's a good job of wasting it.
If you allow a higher percentage of foul balls, and I've heard Donnie Kelly talk about, well, his stuff's so good, it's hard to square him up all that often. So, you know, talking about especially, of course, more earlier in the season, and then they end up fouling off a few pitches, kind of lull him to sleep and then zip it by him. Is that one that's supposed to run back over that outer edge if you can land it? Two-seamer?
Maybe. I don't know if that was the intent or not. You know, the first inning he hit a base hit on a fastball that was on the inner half to right center. This at bat he's fouled off 2 good breaking balls down and away. You know, and sometimes you take that approach and you're looking for something away. You can kind of sneak a fastball by you out there because, you know, we're just looking for something soft out there.
And he does.
Like that.
Will the Braves get a run? And Braxton Ashcraft, the new All-Star, joining us next. Pirates have the lead 4-2. And we are very pleased. We're watching one All-Star, and now we get to talk with another. And so glad that Braxton Ashcraft officially an All-Star now. And what are your first thoughts when you got to find out that you're an All-Star? I know you don't need the validation, but boy, that's got to feel good the first time, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, this is a team sport, and you know, we go out there to get team wins, right? But within that, there's individual accolades that come, and just, you know, those come with giving your team the best chance to win whenever you take the field. And just happy to be able to do that this year, and cool to be recognized by my peers.
When you get out on that mound, I just love how you go after hitters. And do you really just break it down as simple as that and say, I'm just going to make this next pitch, or, you know, and just keep going after these guys?
Yeah, I think that my you know, the difference in this year versus years past is that the focus and everything that goes into that is just on execution and, you know, controlling the things that I can control. You know, it's an easy game to be able to get outside yourself, try and do too much, and you know, just focusing on execution and being able to, you know, just make the pitches that I need to make in my zones, whether it's pre-2 strikes or with 2 strikes. You know, and I've got myself into trouble a little bit this year not making good 2-strike pitches, and you know, that's just the priority is making better pitches and better counts, and controlling things I control.
And then all that adds up to being an All-Star.
Yeah.
You know, I think about that as you mentioned about 2-strike pitches. You know, you're obviously fearless about throwing any of your pitches in the zone to get strikes, get swing and miss. In the Philly game, where I thought you had really good stuff, you know, I didn't think that the 2-strike pitch to Harper was that bad. 98 on the hands, good swing. The Marsh ball he hit, that wasn't that terrible of a pitch either. I mean, of course, with 2 strikes, maybe you don't want to give them something they can hit. But did you feel even though you gave up 5 runs against Philly, your stuff was better than it was on Sunday, where you only gave up 1 run against the Nats?
Yes and no. I think that for the most part, like I said, those 2-strike pitches, those are the most important pitches in baseball, aside from 1 or 0-0, in my opinion. You know, giving up 3 homers on 2 strikes, or giving up any homers on 2 strikes is not very fun. But you know, just put an emphasis on, you know, an advantage counts with 2 strikes, getting the ball out of the zone, you know, strike the ball, and you know, weighing risk reward on pitches that, you know, I just decide to. Sorry.
Hit too well.
Yeah, it's good hitting right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, just putting more emphasis on making better pitches and better counts. You know, that's the name of the game. You know, we're going to make mistakes, but you know, you see guys that have extreme success, and it comes for different reasons and from different reasons, right? Like there's velocity, there's movement, there's deception, there's all those things that factor into success on the mound and command. But to me, it's just, you know, how do you execute your pitches and how do you own your arsenal? And you know, in Philly, there was you know, those three instances. I don't feel like I commanded my arsenal very well, and didn't execute the pitch that I wanted to execute in that moment, like the Turner curveball high. Marsh just needed to get it out a little bit more of the slider, and Harper was trying to stand him up a little bit, and just didn't execute those pitches in the way that I wanted to. And they're professional hitters. It's a really good ball club, and make you pay for mistakes.
Well, we've all enjoyed watching you pitch this year, so now you get to enjoy a week or part of a week in the All-Star game. And what do you think that's going to be like? You know, being in the clubhouse with all the best in the game. By the way, what's it like to be in the clubhouse with this guy? What a night for O'Hearn! Career high 7 RBIs! What a game for O'Hearn! We're just getting started tonight, folks. That was way out of here. Give him a high five for me, Braxton.
Oh, well. That's unbelievable.
What a beast. What an absolute beast.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about, you know, that week, and there's plenty of guys on this team that deserve to be there, him being one of them. And, you know, the week getting over, so hoping to add to that roster a little bit.
And what's it like having guys like O'Hearn, like Lau, guys that have been all-stars and, you know, just such pros in the clubhouse and on the field?
It's refreshing. It's super refreshing. You have guys that have had great success in their careers, carry themselves like all-stars, and they set the tone for how we go about our work every day, from top to bottom. And I mean, you see the product that we put on the field, right? Like there's a stark contrast in years past versus this year, and the expectation that we have whenever we step foot on the field. And you know, there's like when we step foot on the field, we expect to put up a lot of runs and give pitchers fits, and I don't think anybody really has us circled on the schedule, if you know what I mean. You know, there's a lot of guys that are trying to put together their best game versus us, and that's a really hard task, because these guys put together unbelievable at-bats day in and day out.
What do you look forward to most going to the All-Star game?
I would say just picking those guys' brains. You know, I don't really know what to expect. Obviously, I have never experienced it before, but being around, you know, those caliber of players that have, you know, had continued success and have proven themselves year in and year out, it's a super cool opportunity to be able to get in the same clubhouse, you know, be around them for a couple days and be able to learn a little bit about baseball, and you know, hoping to go into it with an open mind and you know, with a lot of questions. And you know, in an environment like that, everybody wants everybody to succeed. So this game is a brotherhood, and I think that everybody wants the best for each other, and it's a cool opportunity to be able to experience that with those guys.
What did your parents, Tony and Karen, say when you told them?
They were excited. You know, it was almost like the same phone call whenever I got called up to the big leagues. So, you know, it's a cool opportunity again, right? Like, like I said before, it's a team game, but within that there's individual accolades, and that's one of the big ones. And being able to accomplish that in my first full year, it's pretty surreal. But I couldn't do it without Henry, Indy, Joey whenever he was here. Being confident and being able to put the ball in, let guys put the ball in play and have guys make plays behind me. Like I said, as it is an individual accolade, I wouldn't be in this position or have the opportunity to do this if it wasn't for everybody else.
Are you the biggest deal in Robinson, Texas all time?
I don't know, man. We got a lot of guys. What a deal. They call that good hitting, too.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, there's.
I'm having fun with it. You know that.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah. I mean, there's been a lot of really talented people come out of Robinson, man. The best part about it is the small town, and we go back home and nobody really cares that I play baseball. Everybody cares about who I was growing up and the person that I am. And that's why we'll always live there.
I love hearing that. We're so thrilled for you to have this experience, and we'll be watching for you. Are you going to be able to pitch in the game? Is that the idea right now?
That's the plan. That's the plan.
What are you going to throw?
Hard. Nah, I mean it's just one of those deals, man. Like you go into that game, right? And as it is, the All-Star game, there's a lot of big names there, but the mound's still 60 feet 6 inches from the plate. There's still 8 guys or 7 guys behind you, and you're still throwing to a catcher with an umpire behind him. So it just deduces down to left and right-handed hitters. So just pitch my game and hopefully get 3 clean outs and get out there and support the National League.
As you get to look at the roster, is there any pitchers there that you want to pick their brain?
I mean, all of them. All of them. I mean, they're all there for a reason. I think there's something to learn from everybody. There's going to be a time where we're all playing catch and just being able to watch how people go about their work. We do that here too, right? Like whenever we're in the outfield playing catch during the work day. There's certain guys that you kind of open your eyes a little bit more to, and just watch how they go about their work, because they have had that long-standing success, and there's always something to learn from somebody.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. We just saw that a moment ago. Are you going to stand on the top step?
Yeah. I mean, again, it's the same game, man. It's just a different setting. We're in a different jersey, I guess, but
that's your spot.
Yeah, I love the spot. Normally,
I think it's intimidating for the other team when you're standing out there. You're like, I'm ready to go, and you're not.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things, man. I just want to get out of my little dungeon down there, and just feel the crowd, feel the stadium. Get out of the way of everybody else, and give myself a little extra time on the back end of warm-up pitches to take a breather, and reset, re-engage, and enter the inning with just kind of a fresh mind and this little heartbeat.
Yeah, you talked about getting in the game and throwing hard. Just watching you this year, obviously in there every 5th day or so, and it seems like you're throwing harder than you were last year, and everything looks crisp. How do you feel? You feel fresh? It looks like you still feel pretty fresh.
Yeah, I mean, I am an expecting father, so I think there's something to do with the dad strength there. But yeah, I mean, you learn as the years go on how to take care of your body a little bit better, how to recover a little bit better, how to move a little bit better, and just through that, you just learn about your body. And I think right now I can pretty confidently say that this is the best I've ever felt in my career. Even though I am like 100-some innings into the year, I feel better right now than I did in March. So that's a good feeling, but better feeling is being on top right now.
Well, congratulations to you and Cassidy, of course. 2026 is going to be a great year for Braxton Ashcraft and Cassidy.
Thank you, guys.
Yes.
You might think.
From Jordan Davis, who will be performing post-game Sunday. Performing tonight here at PNC Park is Ryan O'Hearn. He has driven in 7 runs on a couple of home runs, giving Paul Skeens a big lead. When we got to the ballpark today, we're finding out that Connor Griffith's going to be out until September, and kind of cast a pall on what was a nice road trip for the Pirates. And then there's baseball again, right? Another game, and who knows what's going to happen. And you just don't expect a guy to drive in 7 on any night, and what a night for it.
Yeah, again, it's there's a lot of guys doing damage in this Pirates lineup.
There's Triolo at short tonight, in the first out for Skeens.
I mean, you've literally have gotten production at every position this year for the Pirates. You know, compared to last year, it's night and day.
Second base, Lau had as many home runs as they did, I think, in May. Catcher already more than last year. Of course, Nick Gonzalez among the batting average leaders in baseball. Nice play to cross over the bag. That's almost an impossible out to get, as Gonzalez almost got it there.
You know, Hearn thinks that he's out. You know, what a great job of using his feet, you know, getting into foul territory. And look at where the ball's coming behind the runner, and he's still able to glove it, and just barely beaten by Austin Riley. I mean, he had to lose sight of the ball there.
And look at that. On the splinter, gonna get 2. A nice 5-pitch inning for Paul Skeens. And the Pirates get right back to hitting up big. 7-2 Buccos.
Of Pittsburgh.
Welcome to the Toyota RAV 4th inning. A good night to have some fun, the way that the Bucs bats have been going tonight. Paul Skeens pitching well. And they got him a nice lead, 7-2. And they didn't have to wait long to get back to hitting. Did you like that? He get right back up to bat.
Oh yeah, I mean, get in the zone, get some quick outs. And we've talked so much about pitch count, especially with Paul. It seems like, you know, for him to get deeper in the ball games, he has to have innings like that. And as far as hitting, yeah, I want one guy to get on for O'Hearn, and then he can hit a 2-run homer, and then later a solo shot. And what's that called? If you have like this, the home run cycle.
Wow. No Pirate has ever hit 4 home runs in a game. Oh, that's on the table tonight. I mean, when you get 2 home runs in the first 3 innings, driving 7. Team record is 9 RBIs in a game. And Waldrop, and you go, well, I just made 2 bad pitches. You know, if you want to deduce it into that.
That last one wasn't that bad.
Actually, yeah, it was a down and away slider, wasn't it?
I wouldn't say down.
Yeah.
You know, the grand slam was a breaking ball, pretty much middle that he hit out with the bases loaded. And that last one, it was a slider, but it was on the outer third, maybe thigh high.
The Pittsburgh batter is challenging called strike.
ABS powered by T-Mobile.
The ball's overturned to a ball.
Pirates win the challenge.
Doesn't mean they all get hit out. That was a little bit of a hanger there to Brian Reynolds. He was just a bit out in front. It's like he only made 2 mistakes. No, that's normally not the case. Just a couple of mistakes have been taken advantage of.
And Reynolds has been patient. Picked up a couple of walks. He's among the leaders in that category. And you got to figure having guys around him, big reason why. has his more walks than any season except for 2021. Already more walks than he had all last year. And I'll have another one tonight. And don't forget about this weekend. It's Country Weekend at PNC Park, and on Sunday the Brewers are in town. It's a special 12:15 game, and kids 14 and younger will take home a Pirates bandana while supplies last. So bring your little buccos. Go to pirates.com/country weekend. And that's a caricature of Brian Reynolds, who saw the bandana with the number 10, or kerchief really, I guess, around his neck on the bandana.
Yeah, I would think he'd appreciate a country weekend. Usually walks up to some country song.
He hangs his hat in Tennessee. The Pirates have been pretty patient with this slider and splitter on their Levin Furniture and Mattress strike zone.
Yep, that's a good eye there too. That's a pitch he's looking for chase. In fact, got Valdez to chase that back in the first with the bases loaded, nobody out. They say that's the split was the big pitch for him. He really hasn't landed it for strike. He hasn't gotten much chase. Don't think that this righty's going to get to face Ryan O'Hearn again. They got a lefty up in the bullpen. Waldrop giving him up a couple of homers there. Look at that.
Try to get him a third home run and 10 RBIs. Remember these?
I do.
Yeah.
100%.
Let's take a look at StatCast, powered by Google Cloud. He's already hit 2 tonight.
Hanging breaking ball in the first, hit about 100 miles per hour, 384. Wow, got that one in the third even better on what I thought was a tougher pitch to hit. So that earns a lefty out of the bullpen. Hit a couple of bombs, 7 RBIs.
Stephen Dawson.
O'Hearn 7, Braves 2. Here in the bottom of the fourth. We're coming up, and tomorrow afternoon we'll have a brand new Bucks PP show presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Pittsburgh. Hitting coach Matt Haig joining Michael McHenry and Kevin Young around the cage during batting practice as the team prepares for the Braves. And join us at 5 for that one right here on Sportsnet Pittsburgh, and always streaming on SNP 360. There's Matt Haig. So Connor Thomas making his Braves debuts, pitched in 2 big league games.
Good numbers in the minors, a 154 ERA. Opponents at just 202.
No Pirate has ever driven in 10 runs in a game. They socked one out of here. That's what would take place. Grand slam in the first, 3-run home run in the third. And he's again in a hitter's count. Facing a guy just caught up today, first game with a new team in the major leagues. And it advances the runners now with 2 outs. Still only the 4th inning.
Yeah, it almost felt like disappointment from the crowd that he hit a ground ball. It's like they wanted him to hit another. Of course, you know. I mean, so did I.
It's just not that easy. Still get at least a couple more plate appearances.
You think at 2-0 he's going to get a nice fastball to hit. Hitting's hard. It made it look easy the first couple of ABs.
Waldrop still on the hook for the 2 runners on, trying to get that big lead for Skeens. And now it's even bigger on that second home run. Keep piling on. Gonzalez, a .345 hitter with runners in scoring position. It's so good. And that's how you accumulate so many runs batted in. On 4 home runs, 40 RBIs.
Figure, I don't know. Pirates have ever had 3 hitters with 60+ RBIs going into the All-Star break?
Wow.
I mean, we're close.
And if Cruz had stayed healthy, you'd probably have a 4th one in there. Yeah.
Hearn now just 2 away. Reynolds 4 away. Lau already there. 63.
Reynolds led the club with 73 RBIs last year. This will be challenged by Baldwin.
Atlanta catcher is challenging the call of ball.
ABS powered by T-Mobile.
Call is confirmed. Atlanta has 1 challenge remaining.
Rick Carapazza is right. So from 0-2 to 3-2 now on Nick Gonzalez. Braves get out of any further trouble. Still 7-2.
Most important.
Pirates baseball on S&P is presented by Giant Eagle, your home team for groceries. And by #1 Cochran. Club One Rewards. Earn points, save money, and get discounts on gas. Join for free at clubonerewards.cochran.com. 7-2. The Pirates and Paul Skeens have the lead. Coming off a 5-pitch inning that he allowed a hit in. Got a ground ball double play. Jim Jarvis will hit his way on to start. Hit over 300 at Gwinnett, the AAA club of the Braves, and has good speed. No one has stolen a base off Paul Skeens this year, though.
No, he's good at pitching. He's good at holding runners on.
He's faced the most batters without allowing a steal in baseball this year. Harris will challenge this.
Atlanta batter is challenging the call of strike.
It wasn't where Davis set up, but let's see if it ended up over the plate. ABS powered by T-Mobile.
Call is confirmed. Atlanta's out of challenges.
And in the 5th inning, Atlanta has no more ABS challenges.
We've used them both in what, handful of pitches or so.
Paul Skeens. He's everywhere. Trying a couple of splinkers. Maybe 3 in a row there.
I think he's got to feel much better about the way the ball's coming out of his hand. And I think maybe the changeup, the only one that really he hasn't been able to control the way he'd like to.
There's one rolled, and Callahan Great effort. Back-to-back hits for Atlanta here in the 5th inning.
This changeup got down and away. Look how far off the plate that is. That's insane. There's been a couple of those now. In fact, Albies in the 3rd, the changeup that was down and away off the end of the bat up the middle. The base hit by Jarvis in this inning was a changeup that was left up. And that changeup is finding a hole.
Coming into the game, Albies a hot hitter. 7 extra base hits in the month is the most so far by any hitter. We've got Olsen, big slugger waiting next. Little pop up. Challenged them with the fastball. There's the first out in this 5th.
First baseman, Zach Davidson.
Olsen has doubled tonight. He had 2 home runs in the game against the Mets yesterday. That's a good idea, right? 2 on, 1 out.
Yeah. I mean, he keeps trying, to execute that change.
Trying to get a ground ball.
Olsen doesn't hit a ton of ground balls. Obviously, big power to all fields. Flicker's been a good pitch for him today.
Now 2-1, gets back in the count. There's that hard hit ground ball. Skeens over there to cover to complete the double play. Wow. Nice job. Expertly done by the Cy Young.
What a throw by Triolo.
Today. So Skeens has gotten a second ground ball double play, but you pointed out the degree of difficulty of this was a little higher than most.
Well, I mean, it's easy for O'Hearn, and it's in, he gets it to Triolo quickly. But when you see where Skeens is when Triolo leaves go of this throw, I mean, Skeens literally just arrived. I think Triolo threw it before Skeens got to the bag. And normally you won't see a shortstop throw this ball. And he just throws it right over the bag chest high. I mean, most are going to hold it because the pitcher's not there yet.
The kind of communication and trust that has to take place.
Yeah. I mean, it's so often that doesn't end very well, just because you're trying to hit a moving target, and if it's not a perfect throw, a good chance it's letting that runner at third come around. And the guy from second to third.
Riley on the move. Did he trap it? Nope. Caught and an out. Well, Triolo, of course, going to be playing a lot of shortstop coming up here with Connor Griffin out likely until September. So the guy that's already won a Gold Glove, he was a Gold Glove finalist last year. Really steady.
Yep.
And heady.
Very smart player.
Yeah.
Easy to make all the plays. And he's got sneaky speed. We always talk about Connor and all his tools. Triolo runs well. He covers ground. He gets good jumps. He's smart.
And the bat's come around a little bit better here in the last couple of weeks, too. Hitting the ball harder more often.
Driving some balls. Good road trip.
Connor Thomas, this lefty, has come in and retired the 4 batters he's faced and make it 5. Pirates still up by 5. Pirates baseball on SNP is presented by UPMC, the official healthcare provider of sports coverage on SNP. Pirates up on 2. Ryan O'Hearn home runs. All Skeens limiting the Braves. So to the 6th inning. This will be Skeens' 80th pitch. He has been aided by 2 inning-ending ground ball double plays against a very good lineup. And that was a turning point, I think. You're up 5 runs and you think, well, you can coast, but I mean, Olson's batting with 2 men on and is one of the better power hitters in the game.
Oh, for sure. You look at him and Albies. Albies is another guy can hit the ball at the ballpark, as can Baldwin. You give 2 good swings to lead off that 5th. 2 on, nobody out. 1 more big swing and the Braves are right back in it.
Brimming with confidence. And that's a 98 from Skeens here in the 6th inning.
Coming right at Baldwin.
Out to the big field.
And you have to think, Paul Skeens, you never think of him not being confident, but when you have some struggles, especially his last time out, you wonder, do I have the confidence with my fastball to still get it by guys? I'm sure he does, but I think he's been much more aggressive with that pitch here tonight than recent outings. And he's gotten some swing and miss. He's gotten a lot of, routine pop-ups. The velocity's up a little bit today also.
Yeah. And in that 1st inning, 26 pitches, but he was fastball heavy right out of the gates tonight.
Yes. And we don't always see that. Sometimes he comes out and presents the whole arsenal in the 1st.
It's a fair ball. Dubon will double. How about these Braves hitters tonight? There's been some, hat tip type hits. You don't see a night where they get 8 hits off Skeens. That almost never happens, but a lot of those hits tonight. Pitchers pitches.
Yeah, I mean, that out over the plate, there aren't many hitters that are going to be able to do what Dubon just did there. Kind of gave you an indication early on. Dubon hitting a fastball middle in hard to right center. Kind of looks like that's been his approach tonight. I'm going to just go the other way.
Still a 5-run margin. Skeens' pitch count at 87. In the back half of the lineup now. Overpowering Dominic Smith.
at him.
And O'Hearn takes care of the second out. Skeens out away from another quality start in this stretch where Pirates had not won with him on the mound. He had at one point 3 consecutive starts, 2 runs in 6 innings. And it just, different reasons. Pirates didn't win those games.
Yeah, you can't put it all on Paul Skeens. Sometimes it was the defense, sometimes it was the bullpen. Yeah. And so maybe not enough offense. I mean, so it's not, it's kind of alarming when you don't win 9 starts in a row. The team doesn't win 9 consecutive Paul Skeens starts. I mean, and to get to where you want to go as far as the postseason, you have to win when he's on the mound more than you lose.
Yeah, the Pirates are 6-12 when he starts. And if they were 12-6, it'd be a game back of the Braves coming into tonight.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's that's what you kind of expect. That's every time he pitches, you expect to win. And again, it's just been one of those things where something has happened in a lot of his starts where Pirates maybe not played their best defense or had their best nights out of the bullpen.
Now, would you be surprised if the Pirates won his next 9 starts?
Not at all. I think that's way more likely than losing 9 in a row.
And maybe that's what's to come. Riley with a man on third. Well, the Pirates do win tonight. The last time Skeens allowed 2 earned runs or more, and he earned the win, was in August of 2024.
Yeah, that's just not even, it doesn't even seem possible.
This is going to go into foul territory, and Skeens through 6 strong. 7-2 Pirates. Time now for our Penn West University Educating You. And tonight, the fastball percentage for Paul Skeens, 52.6%. That's his 3rd highest of his career.
Yeah, on the 4-seam fastball. I mean, I think it was important to reestablish that, the power pitcher that Paul Skeens is. I mean, that was kind of, he came into this with that attitude. If you're going to beat me, you're going to beat my best. And that's a pitch, the 4-seam fastball, that opponents hit just 188 against coming in. And you think 4-seamers, he was throwing it less than 40% of the time to date.
So that's a big departure. I mean, we saw it right out of the gates too. I mean, the first few batters, almost all fastballs.
Indeed. You add the 4-seamer and the 2-seamer, he was under 50% of the time. So just to see him come out and attack, and I think it helped the other stuff as well. And again, like you mentioned, a very good lineup, and of course they had 6 hits. Actually, they had 8 hits. Pirates with 6. Pirates with 7. Jake Mangham getting on again, but there was a lot of good hitting among those 8 hits.
Which is the second most he's ever allowed in a start. But yeah, like you said, a lot of these are pitchers' pitches that they did hit.
Indeed. And see, there was some splinkers. There was the changeup, a sweeper.
But for me, so what if he gets hit a little bit more? That double play that he got on Olsen, I mean, that really saved saved the day and made it a lot easier the rest of the day for the Pirates.
Yeah, and it was a fastball, and for him to throw that fastball right there to Olsen, who had already turned on a pretty good fastball in the first for a double, off the right field wall, and came at him 2-1. And even though it was hit pretty hard, but it was a one-hopper, it resulted in 2 outs.
And that might, as you go along, you saw some quick innings as the game went on, get him to pitch deeper in the ball games more consistently.
Yep, for sure. And I think if he had a little bit of a better changeup early, it would have even been better. I think the changeup got better as the game went on. I think he didn't have the command of it that he wanted. But unfortunately, it's kind of messed up. I know at least 3 hits were coming off that changeup that were balls, where there was just pretty good hitting.
Because if you're going to miss, that's where you want to miss with that pitch. Ticking off of the glove of Thomas. No play. Infield hit for Lau.
Sometimes pitchers hurt themselves because they want to be athletes and make a play. If this isn't hit off the pitcher's glove, it's an easy double play. You saw the shortstop there, Jarvis, was just going to catch it right around the second base bag and just touch on the bag and throw to first. It would have been an easy double play, but because it got deflected, Pirates again in business.
A 2 on for Reynolds. He is 10 for his last 19 with runners in scoring position. That signals likely end for Skeens' night tonight, nearing 100 pitches. So Carmen Majinski getting up. And so often when he comes in, he'll go the rest of the way.
Yeah, you're thinking a 3-inning save maybe for Carmen. Nail this down for Paul.
That's a quality start right there.
You think about it, how difficult it was to do what he did the last 2 years, to have an ERA under 2.
Both years.
Yeah, I mean, he came in with a 3.62 ERA. He gives up 2 runs in 6 innings, and it drops to 3.59. To get back under 3 is going to be difficult, and he pitched for 2 years under 2.
He still has the lowest whip of all time. Paul Skeens, just ahead of Hall of Famer Eddie Joss. This is out toward the wall. Just enough room for Yastrzemski. Mangum can get the third one out. And now a message from Levin Furniture and Mattress.
Lazy Boy recliners starting at $395 at Levin.
Yeah, what Skeens did his first 2 seasons, no one had done. No. You can talk about good and there's some comparables, but to have a sub-2 ERA both years and a good part into this season. Remember, he got it back under 2 after that real bumpy opening night, opening day. He cracked his bat. That's going to be deep enough. Well, I thought it was going to be deep enough for a tag. Let's see. I'll just draw the throw. But Lau will tag. That's good base running by Brandon Lau. It's time for our North Star Chevrolet Buick and GMC Star of the Game. That's an easy one.
Yep, and you get a good start from Skeens. You expect him to be the star of the game, but not tonight. Ryan O'Hearn, 2 monster home runs. One with the bases loaded, one with 2 on.
And a base hit here would likely tie the Pirates' all-time record for most runs batted in a game, which is 9. He's batted with multiple men on every time he's come up. Earlier this year, he had his 6 RBI game, which was a new career high, and he said, no, let's make a new one. Looking for more.
Yeah, this is where it would surprise me. You know, hits the ball out the right, hits the ball out the center against the lefty. It wouldn't surprise me to just see him slap one in the left.
Don't take that RBI away, Jake. Get back.
Well, he wanted to. If you would have saw a kick to the right away, I think he breaks. But you know, it didn't trickle that way until. Oh my! Oh my!
This is deep. You've never seen it. 10 RBIs by a Pirate. Ryan O'Hearn, the first Pirate with a 10 RBI game. 10. A perfect 10. Hats off, tarps off for you, Ryan O'Hearn. Has driven them all in. An all-time Pirates record. Move over, Johnny Rizzo. Welcome, Ryan O'Hearn. Incredible.
That's incredible. Only he knows if he was trying to do that. If I had to guess, he was probably looking to hit a ball the other way. And because he was looking to hit the ball the other way, he gets a breaking ball. Another breaking ball. And he stays back on it and crushes another. My goodness.
No Pirate in the 140 seasons of National League Baseball had ever driven in 10 runs in a game. Until tonight. I just can't believe it. They're driving in the ballpark today. Kissing family goodbye for the day, and then he just goes to work and 10 RBIs.
Yeah. You see where the catcher's set up. The catcher was wanting it down and away, and it was right down the middle. The moonshot.
His 100th career home run. He's driven in 10 tonight. Pirates played their first National League season in 1887. Tens of thousands of games have taken place. No Pirate has ever driven in 10 runs in a game until tonight. And he made a commitment to Pittsburgh.
He did? Boy, what a signing. What a signing. You know, you're thinking, we'll have Reynolds and Lau at 60 at the break. O'Hearn thought it would be a bit of a chore to come up with 9 in this last homestand. Nope, 10 in one night.
No, in 6 innings.
Yeah.
He's going to bat again. And Carmen Mujinski starts his night with a strikeout. And this Pirates pitching change presented by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
And Carmen, 75 2/3 innings, the ERA 3.33, 60 punch outs. And did a good job out of the rotation, doing a good job out of the bullpen.
So the RBI stat came around in 1920. That's more than 100 years ago. There's been 11 players that have 3 homers and 10 RBIs in a game in 107 seasons of baseball.
Incredible.
And I love what you said. He's looking to pick up those 2 runners more than likely, right? Hit the ball the other way, hit the ball in the left field, and driving those 2 runs.
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean,
and they kept him on the pitch is what you surmised.
Yeah. Probably kept them back. Who knows? He might have been looking for something, hitting the seats again. But that's just watching him play this year. It's been a joy to watch the approach. Watch him take lefties up the middle the other way. And with that approach, a lot of times mistakes get hit in the seats like that. You know, if you're looking to pull there and they throw you a hang and breaking ball, a lot of times you're going to maybe pull it foul, roll it over. And we talked about it from the get-go. I mean, the swing, it's so short, so little movement.
Just missing high 97 there. So now O'Hearn's already 1 home run shy of his career high that he set last year. Callahan had a nice play with the glove. There's only been 2 players ever to have 2 3-run home runs in a game and a grand slam. This is from Mason McPhee with Sport Radar. Hard hitting Mark Whitten in that 12 RBI game.
I remember that. I want to say that was part of a doubleheader too. Could be wrong.
Now he hit 4 that game, didn't he?
Yeah.
4 home runs for Whitten, 12 RBIs. I mean, just one of the all-time great games. One of those that you always remember.
Like Fernando Tatis hitting 2 grand slams in an inning against the same pitcher.
The only person to ever do that. That's a senior. Tatis Senior, I guess we have to say now.
I want to say it was Chan Ho Park was the pitcher.
Chan Ho Park doesn't want you to say that. Anyhow, Brzezinski been really good in this role too. The Pirates were 6-3 in his starts, and then he moves to the bullpen, and he's been like he's been throughout his career. Outstanding. This year an ERA under 2 as a reliever. One of the lowest reliever ERAs in baseball. And what a play by Reynolds. He got there. That's an all-star caliber play by Brian Reynolds of the Pirates.
Pella Windows and Doors of Pittsburgh.
You can stream Pirates games at home or on the go with SNP 360. Just go to getsnp360.com or scan the QR code. Log in with your provider and get direct access to live games plus all the Pittsburgh sports content you love. One of those nights you got to see it. 10 RBIs on 3 home runs by Ryan O'Hearn.
Incredible. Just for him, obviously unforgettable what he's done tonight, and I'm just hoping we can get him another at bat.
Joey Bart's going to come in to catch. Remember, the Pirates dealing him to Atlanta, and taking out some of the regulars here with the score the way that it is. And Callahan, the base hit.
Boy, look at that. Another good piece of hitting. Go out and get it. Stay inside. Boy, is that pretty.
He's really impressed me. Just a good ball player. Pirates have picked him up in that trade that sent Kyle Nicholas to the Reds in spring training. Nicholas has been with 2 other teams since. Yeah, who would have thought that Tyler Callahan would pitch more games for the Pirates this year than Kyle Nicholas would when spring training began. Triola with a base hit tonight. Ryan O'Hearn has driven them all in.
You got to wonder if that's ever happened. A team scores 10 runs, driven in by the same guy.
I'd like to find out. In fact, I just asked that same question. You and I were thinking along the same lines. Well, you were asking earlier, just 2 teammates, Pirates teammates, with 60 or more RBIs at the break. Just 2. Barry Bonds and Bobby Bowe.
The only pair?
The last one. Oh, 60 before the break for the Pirates. I mean, what a duo that was. And our Penn West University stat of the day: most runs batted in a game by a Pirate all time. You think about 1887 is when the Pirates entered the National League. Johnny Rizzo had held the record all alone since 1939. Wow. He was the only one to have 9 in a game.
Impressive. Jason Bay did it twice. Cut fastball in on the hands of Henry Davis. Looked like it hit right on the pine tar. Oh, right on the pine tar.
Since Johnny Rizzo's name may not come up again on our air in a while, he drove in 111 runs as a rookie for the Pirates in 1938. Career dwindled after that, but really good power hitter for a couple of years in the late 30s with the Pirates. I mean, it's hard to come up with multiple men on 4 straight times.
Exactly, yeah.
And then to hit 3 home runs in a game. Well, so few do that. Brian Reynolds has done it. Leover Peguero was the last Pirate to do it last year, but it's only happened 24 times now, 25 by a Pirate all time. And he's going to have a chance for 4. You can tell he's avoiding all conversation. He wants to just be alone. No, he's just right there having a normal night. First out of the inning. Country Weekend's going to be fun. It's coming up this weekend here at PNC Park, Saturday afternoon. 4:05 game against Milwaukee. The first 20,000 will take home a Pirates cowboy hat in honor of Country Weekend. Come on out, Pirates.com/Country Weekend. Well, in the wake of the news that Connor Griffin's going to be out since September, you need somebody to step up. Tonight it's Ryan O'Hearn and Paul Skeens. Right, a rebound outing from Skeen. Tomorrow it might be somebody else, and then somebody else after that. And that's the mark to me of good teams. And maybe that's where the Pirates are heading right now.
Yeah, well, I think the offense has been there. As far as a run production standpoint, they really haven't stopped since they lost Cruz and then Horowitz.
They've had 11 hits or more in 5 straight games. With their next one, it'll be the first time in 20 years that they've done 6 in a row. They're really on a good stretch right now. And this is a really good Atlanta team. as we saw. I mean, they swept them all close games in Atlanta, but the Pirates fell to Atlanta all 3 games of Walt Weiss's group, and with the Braves 7-16 since that series.
Yeah, hard to believe. I mean, they were just going on all cylinders. But it happens with every team. There's going to be hot streaks and there's going to be cold streaks. There's times where everything's clicking, pitching, defense, offense. There's times where one's working, the other isn't. And there's times where the pitching, hitting, and defense all come together. And I honestly don't think the Pirates have hit that stretch yet. You know, we're getting consistent turns out of the rotation, consistent finishes by the bullpen, consistent offensive performances.
Now this is the first stretch in almost 2 months where the Pirates have gone even 3 games in a row without an error. So now the defense starting to come back around. I thought the base running was really good in that Washington series.
Yeah, a lot of stolen bases.
The bullpen has righted the ship in recent times. And Skeens, who was coming off the poorest outing of his career, 2 runs in 6 innings tonight against a very good Braves lineup.
Now you think of this rotation in the arms, you know, the velocity from Skeens, from Ashcraft.
Another base hit for Brandon Lau, his 3rd tonight. RBI number 64 for Brandon Lau. That's an all-star for me.
He's just so consistent, driving in runs, and looked good against lefties. Another hit against the southpaw.
And if tonight couldn't get any better, we have a major league debut. Jack Brannigan out of Orland Park, Illinois. Pinch hitting for Reynolds. One-sided affair. Remember, he was active earlier last month for 1 game, but did not play. He's forever a big leaguer now. The shortstop in Altoona for most of the year, called up for a little bit more than a week at Indianapolis, and now thrust into the big leagues. At Notre Dame. Pirates add a run. Brandon Lau, another run batted in. Let's recap what's happened so far in the game in our dashboard report presented by your Western PA GMC dealers. Well, Ryan O'Hearn has provided just about all the offense, and Paul Skeens a very good start against a very good Braves team.
Yeah, that's all you need to see. Paul Skeens and Ryan O'Hearn, and you know, Paul Skeens back on track, and you like to see that, but that's not the story. I mean, sure, they'll ask him a couple of questions afterwards, but everybody's going to want to talk to Ryan O'Hearn. And he's going to get another at bat.
So Jack Brannigan's going to stay in the game, play 3rd base. After batting for Reynolds, Gonzalez swings from 3rd to 2nd, and then Callahan, who was at 2nd base, will be out in left field now. So the Pirates up 9. And yet Majinski, if he completes this one effectively as it looks like he's going to do, will earn a save. Regardless of score, 3 innings.
I'd like to see Jack Brannigan get some action over there. They're a good defensive player. Strong arm. Obviously played a lot of short. He's played a lot of 3rd.
Kyle Farmer and Gonzalez just moving positions, makes a sliding play.
a little afraid he was going to overslide. I thought it was going to go behind him. It was hard for him to stop his momentum. Kind of hydroplaning out there on the grass, but well done.
Olsen plays just about every inning, every year. Doesn't matter the score. He's playing in his 872nd consecutive game tonight.
Oh, that's so cool to see. Just don't see it anymore. 162 you don't see, let alone, what did you say,
872. Longest since the streak by Miguel Tejada, the beginning part of this century. By the way, Joey Bart's going to bat next.
Ooh, that's scary. Did that hit him in the mask? You see Henry's like, what was that? Was that a cutter? Yeah, I mean, that's scary. The ball didn't hit his mask. I didn't think the ball hit his mask. His glove hit his mask and knocked his mask off. And then he asked, did you throw a cutter?
Whatever it was, Olsen couldn't see that one.
Yeah, again, saw Paul Skeens attacking, Carmen Majinski attacking.
And that strikeout presented by Coppers, protecting what matters, preserving the future.
It's everywhere.
Tarps off. And a warm welcome back for Joey Bart. 3 years with the Pirates. Got to go home. Grew up in Beaufort, Georgia, and played his college ball in Atlanta at Georgia Tech. So what turned out to be his final game on May 9th as a Pirate was he got 4 hits in the game. Not a lot of guys have a 4-hit game in their finale with the team usually.
Yeah.
The last one before that, oddly enough, Michael McHenry. Another Pirate catcher. Nothing down about Ryan O'Hearn. 10 RBIs, a record-setting performance tonight. 311 coming 725 at stage AE.
And he's going to have to face a position player. That's a shame.
This is Jorge Mateo, who's making his 3rd appearance as a pitcher. Thomas went 3 2/3. He went longer than the Brave starter tonight. So how do you hit that?
You don't. It's 50. It's below hitting speed. These are never easy, these at bats.
Try to change speeds. He hit?
What was it?
Yeah. Ryan O'Hearn is coming up.
First baseman Ryan O'Hearn.
Oh my.
I'm not giving you anything. Base hit.
Oh man. And he was up there with a smile on his face. I mean, he's up there literally laughing.
So a 4-hit night for O'Hearn. That is called bearing lead. And O'Hearn will be lifted for Billy Cook. Oh, what a night. And Gonzalez with another multi-hit night. Give him another run batted in. Well, tomorrow they're going to put a 1 in front of that O for O'Hearn. Hey, game 2 tomorrow night. Jared Jones starting for the Pirates. Grant Holmes for the Braves. Our coverage starts, remember, Bucks BP show tomorrow. It'll start at 5 o'clock and our normal pregame coverage right here on Sportsnet Pittsburgh and always streaming on SMP 360. You think Bulls can do that? Put a number 1 in front of them?
Why not? Yeah. And BP show was Ryan O'Hearn during this game.
It was like batting practice.
Yes.
He hit 3 home runs. Ten RBIs, the Pirates' all-time single-game record. Never happened. And you saw it here. Bring in the position player, try to get a couple outs like Callahan has done a nice job in that role. Once in a while, game gets out of hand.
Now you're just trying to throw it over the plate. Get the game over with.
But if you're a hitter, you want hits. Three straight singles, and the hit batter coming around to score.
And now you start thinking about 2 grand slams in the same game.
Wow, yeah. Hunter Stratton, who had been with the Braves, remember that was the turn for Joey Bart.
Can't send him here.
Got a trot home, right? Yeah, score like that. Now Henry's got a chance. Remember, he's driven to run 3 straight games now. 4 in a row. I mean, this is payback. There was a game in, I think it was early 21. Wilmer Defoe finished the game for the Pirates. And it went, I think Braves won 20-1. This is a return serve a few years later.
I remember Jack Sawinski like these at bats. I mean, I think he's had at least 3 against position players.
That's right. I had forgotten about that. Did he hit one off Pujols?
Not sure.
Pujols pitched once. I think Karinchak, by the way, is warming. He hasn't pitched in 5 days.
Yeah, I think
and he just got called up today. So.
Yeah, I think he's just throwing.
Yeah, the Braves really wanted out a double play. 12-2 Pirates.
Pittsburgh.
Pirates baseball on SMP is presented by Driveway Subaru of Moon Township, where we put you in the driver's seat. And by McClellan's Contracting and Roofing. If our name goes on it, we stand behind it so you can stand in it. Ryan O'Hearn with a 10 RBI night. He struck 3 home runs. Paul Skeens with a great rebound outing, 2 runs over 6 innings. Pirates about to claim game 1 against a tough Braves team. And he got Billy Cook. He pinch ran. He stays in the game to play center. That pushes Mangum to left field, and Callahan was there. He's over at first now. Third position for Callahan tonight. He likes that.
Yeah. Moving around.
Welcome back to Pittsburgh, Hunter Stratton.
Yeah, look at that. 97 first 2 pitches. Just an inning, scoreless inning.
Keeps a long streak going that I thought was going to end this year. Pirates have had this streak going now for this is the 8th season in a row that they've had a Stratton pitch for them.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Either Chris or Hunter, but not Chris Hunter. That's not his job. Zokar with the base hit, his first time up now.
Boy, he hits a lot like Dubon. Don't pitch him out over the plate. Dubon a couple hits that way. That was a slider, first slider he saw. Went with it.
Hunter Stratton had appeared in one game with the Braves this year, and last year came on and was real effective. The Braves penned .220 ERA in a dozen ball games. Pirates trading Bart for him, rather than keep 3 catchers, wanting to get some extra help out of the bullpen. Gonzalez at the lead out.
Boy. Thinking just getting out. Almost turn 2. And again, Nick, I'm sure he loves getting back over there at second base. Nice turn and throw after pretty much getting behind the first baseman. That's how far he moved to his left.
Might this be the time where the Pirates start to get going? We talked about some of the faces of their game. Defense, base running. Obviously the hitting's been around for most of the season. Starting pitching starting to come around. The Pirates are going to win their 3rd in a row. They have not had a 3-game winning streak until since right at the end of May, first game in June. Only won 4 in a row. And trying to get to 2 over. It's been win 1, lose 1, kind of way for a while here.
Yeah, especially this is the time to get hot, to get it all going, against these Braves and then the Brewers.
Two division leaders where the Pirates are playing. And they'll get back to 2 over. They haven't been 2 over since June 10th. That's almost a month ago now. So I mean, you slip slowly. Okay, get going. And what a week to do it if this is that week. Back at home. It's going to hit the gap. Austin Riley. Second and third for Atlanta. Now Yastrzemski. There's a firm strike. Got to be some nerves, you think, for Stratton. Spent his whole career in the Pirates organization until that trade last year. He was one of the longest tenured Pirates at the time of the deal. Been around so long that played in his hometown of Bristol, Tennessee, back when that was a rookie ball affiliate of the Pirates. Back when there was rookie ball, really.
Right. Yeah. Tell you what, he looks strong. I mean, that fastball's touched 98. I don't remember. I mean, I remember 95, 96. I don't remember 98.
And right. Two are in on the base hit by Yastrzemski.
Fastball middle. Yastrzemski right on it.
Looking for a ground ball double play right here. Well, a softly hit play. Get to see Brannigan in motion. That's where he's played a lot of time. Third base in college at Notre Dame. And then when he first came up through the Pirate system, there's that MLB debut patch. First game of the big leagues. Well, that heart's got to be pounding hard.
Yeah, I'm sure he looked forward to the first opportunity. On defense.
This will be challenged by Henry Davis.
Catcher is challenging the ball call.
ABS powered by T-Mobile.
Call is confirmed. Pittsburgh has one challenge remaining.
How did Henry get that wrong?
That's amazing.
Within less than a tenth of an inch. What is that in millimeters? Back is short, tough play. Triolo gets there. What a night for the Pirates. They beat the first place Braves. And the big bat of Ryan O'Hearn led them.
We've never seen anything like it.
Literally.
We've never seen anything like it. You know, what a night. Ryan O'Hearn. He's like, come on, guys. 10 RBIs, 3 absolute bombs, a grand slam, 2 3-run homers. He adds a single off a position player late. Well, everybody's hoping he could hit a fourth. I think he would have rather faced a real reliever.
They want him to stand alone, and he certainly stood alone tonight. All-timer. We'll never forget Ryan O'Hearn.
Nope.
And I know you ask him after the game, you say, I just wanted to help the team win tonight.
He's just a pro. You know, he has a pro approach. He goes about everything the right way. He's always prepared. Super strong, obviously. You know, he doesn't have a lot going in his swing as far as the trigger, or he just gets ready to hit and drives it.
A joyous night for the Pirates. Led by O'Hearn's 10 RBIs and a very strong start by Paul Skeens. He gets the win and deserved it with his quality start tonight. But O'Hearn is certainly the man of the hour. And O'Hearn with his 10 RBIs, he's with Hannah Mears.
Ryan, congratulations. You set a Pirates franchise record for most RBIs in a game. This standing ovation, well deserved, to say the least.
so.
Yep, that one felt good to do along with you. But Ryan, what does it mean to make Pirates history?
Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty amazing. I've never hit 3 in a game before at any level, so to do it at home in front of you guys is pretty special.
You are also the second player in Major League Baseball history to hit a grand slam and 2 3-run homers in a game. How does that add a cherry on top to that performance tonight?
Yeah, it's enough RBIs for a month, so that's pretty cool.
I don't think the Pirates would be complaining if you kept adding on, but what would you say if I told you that final home run tonight was also your 100th?
No kidding. That's awesome. That's amazing.
Tell us what goes into stepping up to the plate and unlocking that type of performance.
You know, I didn't do anything different today at all, so I've seen it pretty good from the first pitch, and you know, ended up with 3 homers and guys were on base, so I don't know how it happened or what happened, but really special.
Well, I know these fans are never going to forget this game, but will you ever forget that curtain call? Have you ever had one like that before?
No, I've never had a curtain call, and I always said I'm not going to do it unless I feel like I have to and the fans really want it, so thank you guys for that. That was awesome. Appreciate it.
Ryan, as you stand here and try to soak in all of these record-setting moments tonight, where will this game rank for you? What does it mean to you?
Oh, it's up there for sure. You know, I know it's just a, you know, it's a great win, first of all, a great team win. Paul pitched great, everybody played great against a good team, but definitely it's a really special game for me.
This is what you do the day before Mom's birthday. What do you do the day of Mom's birthday?
Hang out with my mom. She's coming in tomorrow. I can't wait to see her.
I know a big hug is coming from Mama O'Hearn. Thank you so much, Ryan. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate y'all.
The Ryan O'Hearn game, Joe.
We'll never forget where we were. And you could tell he was just genuinely touched by the fans' response to his big night at the plate. As Rock said, we've never seen it. 10 RBIs in a game for a Pirate. It had never been done in the 140 National League seasons of the Pirates. And now we say we saw it.
Amazing stuff.
No bones about it. Ryan O'Hearn and Paul Skeens leading the Pirates to victory, an important first win of this homestand over an Atlanta Braves team leading the National League East. A lot to talk about tonight. We want you to stay tuned for Pirates Extra Innings. It's coming your way next. And on behalf of our entire crew, 12-4, the Pirates win it tonight. So long and good night from Pittsburgh.